Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the latest movie review from us here at Flick Direct, and for today's movie review, I'm here to talk to you all about Uncharted. So Uncharted is the latest movie based on a very famous video game franchise, the same name, this one being based on, well, Uncharted, and in Uncharted, we follow Nathan Drake, portrayed by Tom Holland, as he's recruited by Victor Sullivan, played by Mark Wahlberg, as the two of them race against time to discover or to find the lost and fabled treasure of the Magellan Expedition. I am a massive fan of Uncharted. Uncharted is one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. I have been with Uncharted since the first one back in the PS3 days, and I have loved all the games. Uncharted 2 is my top 10 favorite games of all time. For those of you who have played any of the Uncharted games, as far as a medium for video games, are about as cinematic as it gets when it comes to video games, along with The Last of Us. I will say this much in terms of what I enjoyed about Uncharted. Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, he does the absolute best that he can to bring a great live action performance of one of the most beloved video game characters of all time. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there were a couple of sequences where he has some lines of dialogue and how he spoke them. I just thought, holy crap, that's Nathan Drake right there. The action sequences are actually done very, very well. And how they capture a specific action sequence from one of the games, specifically Uncharted 3, which was the cargo plane sequence, that sequence looked actually really, really good. The visual effects, I did think looked very, very good. And the musical score by Robin Djawadi, I thought was great. There's a particular set piece near the end of the film, and this set piece, if they made another Uncharted game, I would love to see how they would incorporate this set piece in a future video game. I'm serious. It was actually really cool to watch. With all of that being said, guys, moving on to my issues, there is one glaring issue I have with this movie amongst the other issues I have. This movie is just a generic, it feels like essentially a generic workmanlike assembly of an Uncharted movie. And for those of you who played the Uncharted games, Uncharted is the furthest thing from that word. In fact, it's not even an Uncharted's vocabulary for that matter. But there's also some of the greatest action set pieces in video game history that leave you going like, oh my god! Uncharted 4 in particular has a sequence that still makes me go, oh my god, to this day. The movie, however, doesn't really have that. Now, I will say this much. There are flashes of what could be a very good, if not a great Uncharted film, but unfortunately, it's all bogged down by not so great directing, a script that just feels, again, generic, and performances in a cast that just feel, well, miscast. I love Tom Holland. Tom Holland is such a great actor, but even in some certain parts where I could see the Nathan Drake coming out, still though more than most of the time, I didn't see Nathan Drake. Mark Wahlberg, I absolutely love Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is one of my favorite actors out there, but I'm sorry, Mark Wahlberg is not solely. Also the villains, one in particular is played by Antonio Banderas. He's a one-note villain that doesn't bring any sort of menace to the entire film. Even though they combine certain elements from the video games, this is supposed to be a prequel to the video games. And if you have played the games, there are some certain things that will frustrate the crap out of you. With all that being said, I will say this much. If you're not familiar with the video games, and if you're just going into this expecting just a fun action-adventure film, I think you'll really like this movie. However, for those of you who are like me and who love Uncharted and are expecting a great spectacle with jaw-dropping action, I personally don't think this is going to do it for you. I expect so much more when you're making a movie based on one of the most highly regarded action-adventure franchises of all time. And unfortunately, this movie just did not do it for me. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Uncharted. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell for our latest movie review goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 movie reviews, please click to the left or right side of the screen. And of course, until our next movie review goes live, I'll see you all next time. Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.